told you so many of my friends that they studied in Russia. 3 or 4 of them, they are currently in the USA, and they did not even come back to Nigeria to apply for visa. Some of you have had this Japa plan for 1 or 2 years, and you are still in Nigeria. Instead of that 1 or 2 years, move. Waka. That 1 or 2 years where they use the Nigeria, because you are still a Nigerian in Nigeria. But when you move to another country, you are a Nigerian in another country. That way you don't move ahead. Then another alternatives is you can move to a neighboring country. For example, work visa from UK actually takes less than 3 months. In 3 months, if you're able to get a tier 2 visa sponsorship structure, so you can move to UK. So the thing is, what actually causes delay in most of this work visa, right, is because it's coming from Nigeria. It's because it's coming from Africa. If you check Australia processing time for work visa from UK, from US and everything, you see that it's a very short duration of time. But instead the one coming from Africa, even Canada, if you check their work visa application, the one coming from Africa or Nigeria, you see one long duration of time. But if it's always USA, it's always short. So alternative to what you can do is you can go to countries like, but you staying in Nigeria, I said no, I know they leave Nigeria. Now Nigeria day is either from Nigeria to Canada, is either from Nigeria to USA. If it's not Nigeria to Canada, I know they leave. My dear, you go now, there you go day. Now there you go day. So move. You are not a tree, like one of my commenters said. You are not a tree, move. So the easiest way to move to these top countries as a Nigerian or African is... Guys, welcome back again to another video you guys know expecting. Permission to maintain some freshness. Thank you very much. So guys, I'm talking about cheapest and best way to move to these top countries. So when I talk about top countries, which countries am I talking about? I mean Nigeria. Oh, sorry, but it's you people that know Nigeria is a top country. So Nigeria, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Switzerland, Germany, which other country? Belgium, Singapore. Singapore is a top country. Yep. But you know, many people don't actually talk about it. Singapore, which top country will get taken? Which one of you occupy? Yeah, but you just understand the categories of top countries. Switzerland. Did I mention Switzerland? Are you joking? You mentioned top country, you not mention that's an insult. I'm ashamed of myself. I will not mention top country and not mention Switzerland. Like after USA, the next one is even Switzerland. But the only thing about that country is just the language barrier. I mentioned Switzerland, I did not mention Luxembourg. How? Hey, how? If it's not for the language barrier. But anyways, guys, you understand what I'm trying to say. Like when I talk about top countries, I mean countries like these countries that I've listed. Easiest, cheapest, and best way to move to this country is through what? Somebody will say study visa. No. Study visa is not the easiest way. Study visa, you're spending money to boost their economy that is already boosted. Yes. You are spending NAIRA to spend, you are carrying NAIRA to spend dollars, to spend euros. After you say dollar is high, is you people. Study visa is not the best way to migrate to this country. Like you guys know me from start, right? I don't have any issue with somebody migrating to these countries to study. Like if you genuinely want to study, like if you study courses, like good courses, I don't have anything against that. But people that may have issues with is people that has to go and study any course. So this is just me saying study visa is actually a route. It is not the best way to migrate. The best way to migrate to these top countries is what? Somebody will say permanent residency. In as much as permanent residency is like the best way, but depending on the country, depending on the pathway, permanent residency does not come easily. Like I said, depending on the country. If you're talking about PR, permanent residency for USA, I'll say yes, you are right, is one of the easiest way and the fastest way. You guys can see in this title, I did not add fastest way because a way can be best, can be easiest, but not the fastest. But most of you immigrants, you want the fastest route. And I used to tell you, if you've not been putting on the work, there's no too magic about it. You just have to wait and put in the work. There is no magic that can happen anywhere. There is no magic. If you see people that are to, that's why most of these YouTubers, they are able to get you with catchy titles like move to Highland in 2 days, move to Canada in 1 day, move to Kenya, and we both know it's not even possible. In fact, to even travel from Nigeria to Canada, you'll be spending like almost 3 days if you have stopover. So how did they use to catch people's attention with today? There is no fast way. There is no fast track way to these countries. It is not possible. You have to give in the work if you have not been given it. So, to the purpose of this video, the easiest way to move to these top countries is work visa. These countries are highly prolific. These countries are highly proficient countries, and of course they want somebody that is highly proficient too. So if you really want to move to these countries, right, and stay permanently, your best bet is via work visa. In as much as some of you can say, oh, it's not easy to get work visa and everything, people are getting work visa every time. So aside work visa, and that easiest way to move to this country is permanent residency. But like I said, it all depends, right? For example, Canada permanent residency, just budget like 2 or 3 years. That one, they know they use Canada PR, they do plan. Just do Canada PR and move on with your life. But then, if you're doing PR for USA, of course, you can be. For example, if you do this EB2 NIW, it doesn't take 3 months. It's never up to 3 months before you know it is out. So if you've not heard about EB2 NIW, USA green card, or any of those things, I'll put in a link in my description box. You see all country playlists. Click USA as a playlist. I have a lot of videos I have made under USA. I've made about EB2 NIW. You can watch the videos to get yourself familiarized with this process / with these procedures. I hope you understand that. Yes. So PR for Canada, for USA, PR and PR permanent residency and work visa is the easiest for you to move to USA. For Canada, work visa is still the easiest for you to move to Canada. For Germany, work visa is still the easiest for you to move to Germany. But then the limitation is you have to learn the language. For Switzerland, let me say work visa and study visa work for Switzerland, but the barrier to is language barrier. For Luxembourg, work visa is still the easiest, but the barrier is you have to learn the language as well. The next on my list is which country? That Australia. Easiest for you to move as well is work visa, but currently Australia have shut their border. It's like they say they want to reduce people that is coming in because they have housing crisis and everything. So Australia, the easiest way to move to Australia is through work visa as well. But their work visa, most employers, when they want to try to sponsor you, right, they see that their Australian work visa actually takes a whole lot of time. Australia and Canada, it's like they are taking the same winch go. So sometimes employers like to make you prefer you're actually available on ground, right, for you to get the work visa. In fact, almost every country is like that, for you to be on ground before they do work visa for you and all of that. So you can actually move with study visas in these countries, then attend your interviews or anything like that. But this is not me saying there are still jobs that the employers can go all the length to actually apply for your work visa. Genuinely, you can get work visa directly from Nigeria if your employer is ready to put in the work. But like I said, what actually discourages them the most is the duration of time. So another easiest pathway to actually move to Australia is through the PR. But the PR about Australia is always this age based. So one thing that is to disqualify people, number one, is the age. This thing, Australia is so stringent on rules. Their rules, you get us. They are so strictness, like they are tight with age. That's what I'm trying to say. Compared to Canada, like it's easier for you to get PR in Canada than getting PR in Australia. Yes, that country. it was during COVID that they open up. It's like they don't really like people coming into their space like that. You know, it's like one small continent that is just there. Yeah. Then New Zealand. I didn't mention New Zealand separately because New Zealand and Australia is the same witchcraft that bind both of them. New Zealand is doing copy. Whatever Australia does, New Zealand is gonna do. So whatever thing that you use a mayor Australia is what you use a mayor New Zealand. Yeah. So this just me saying your best bet moving to any country is work visa, because that way you don't have to spend your own money trying to boost their already boosted economy, taking money from our own economy that is collapsing, taking it to another country. The best bet is through work visa. But the thing is, like I said, depending on the country, depending on the duration of time, if the work visa is going to take up to 1 year for you to be ready, there is no employer that wants to wait or you leave their job for 1 year to bring you. So in that case, you might actually prepare your documents and all of that, go on study visa, and then before you do all those this thing, then another alternatives is you can move to a neighboring country. For example, work visa from UK actually takes less than 3 months. In 3 months, if you're able to get a tier 2 visa sponsorship, so you can move to UK. So the thing is, what actually causes delay in most of this work visa, right, is because it's coming from Nigeria. It's because it's coming from Africa. If you check Australia processing time for work visa from UK, from US and everything, you see that is a very short duration of time. But instead the one coming from Africa, even Canada, if you check their work visa application, the one coming from Africa or Nigeria, you see one long duration of time. But if it's always USA, it's always short. So alternative to what you can do is, alternatively is, if you actually have a skill, you can try to move to UK, work in this country for some time, get UK experience, then apply from UK to this country. So your duration of time is gonna be shorter. I hope you understand that. So you can use, that's why I've made a video that UK cannot be eradicated from immigrants' life. UK plays a very important role because of course of how their visa is so easy. So if you're hoping to move to any country, even if it's for US or anything, go to UK, get that job in UK. Once UK has employed you, you can work there for a duration of time to finish your contract. After that, from there, move to another country. It's always easier for you to get to UK as an immigrant, as a Nigerian or Africa, from UK to another country. Another alternative is, if you cannot go to UK, you can go to countries like Qatar, countries like Saudi Arabia, countries like these third world countries that offer better opportunity. You can go there to work. For example, if you're a nurse, you can go to Qatar to work. After working for like 1 or 2 years, when you are done with your contract, you can now apply for visa to work in USA from Qatar. You can apply for visa to work to Australia from Qatar. But you staying in Nigeria, I said no, I know they leave Nigeria. Now Nigeria day is either from Nigeria to Canada, is either from Nigeria to USA. If it's not Nigeria to Canada, cannot they leave? My dear, you go now. There you go day. Now there you go day. So move. You are not a tree, like one of my commenters say. You are not a tree. Move. So if you can move maybe from Nigeria to Qatar, you see a job posting in Qatar and they can go. If it's your man, go. As long as the place is safe, as long as it's safe for your life, go. When you're there, it's not as if before you know it, 1 or 2 years is done. From there, apply for work visa. In fact, when you apply for work visa, and for example, you're applying to a company in USA, and they see, oh, this person is a Nigerian working in Oman, has 2 years experience as a clinical, they know they even price and they'll go sponsor you. But then if you did Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, you apply for visa, and they say this person there Lagos, clinical holdings, and they look at the economic, everything that is going on in Nigeria. Nobody will really want to go through that. And like I've told you, as a rule, work visa application from Nigeria in most countries actually take long time. For example, for USA, for example, if you get a job that is sponsoring you in US, no one to even get appointment dates if you're gonna do like this. But then if you've moved to a country like Oman, a country like Qatar, so let's say you're already working in Qatar, right? And then USA sends you a job application. You know that you will not be going through people that are in Lagos and looking for dates, because of course you apply through Qatar USA embassy, and there is available date from there. Qatar, you don't enter US. But then people wey still dey Lagos, Nigeria, say I no see date o, I wan go US, I wan see date o, date no dey, kini kan. So this just me saying in 2024 you have to be strategic about your planning. Don't do things the normal regular way. You see, some of you have had this Japa plan for 1 or 2 years and you are still in Nigeria. Instead of that 1 or 2 years, move, waka. That 1 or 2 years wey they use dey Nigeria, because you are still a Nigerian in Nigeria. But when you move to another country, you are a Nigerian in another country. That way you don't move ahead. Even if you want to go to any of these top countries, it is going from third world country to this country that is easy. I've told you so many of my friends that they studied in Russia. 3 or 4 of them, they are currently in the USA, and they did not even come back to Nigeria to apply for visa. They went from Russia. I think they went to another country too. They went from there. They never even smell Nigeria. But then if they were still in Nigeria, it would be hard for them. So the easiest way to move to these top countries as a Nigerian or African is you moving to a third world country before moving to the other countries. That is the easiest way. And talking about this easiest way, it is through work visa. So don't intend going to one particular country to study, then moving to USA to study. It doesn't really make any sense to me. But then, depending on the course that you are intending to study. So any course you want to study, if you cannot study it in Nigeria, you can go to any of these third world countries to study it. Then after studying it, you can move to any other country. For example, if you study nursing in Qatar, they will allow you to get experience in Qatar. Then from Qatar, you can actually move outside to USA or any of these countries to go and work. I hope you understand that. So the easiest way to move to this country is by going through. So the easiest way to move to these top countries is by going through a third world country. Yeah, and that's through work visa or visa. But then if you intend going from Nigeria, you can do the permanent residency. But if you want to do work visa, it's advisable to use through a third world country. Yeah, like that. So guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope this video was in any way. I hope this video was helpful to you in a way or two. So this will bring us to the end of today's video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.